the deal. I'm getting married in a couple of months and I am in desperate need of your help. I feel like I have all the details like mostly in order, but I still need to decide my wedding day fragrance. And I'll be honest, this might be one of the hardest decisions I've had to make for my wedding, which if you're not a fragrance person, then you probably think I'm crazy, but scent is important to me. So here we are. I need help picking my wedding fragrance, and today we're gonna be going through all of the options that I have narrowed it down to. And then at the end of this video, I want you to leave me a comment on which one you think I should wear. But before we get started, if you like fragrance and beauty, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn your post notifications on so that you never miss a video. Okay, so let me paint a little bit of a picture for you of what my wedding's gonna be like, because I feel like time of year, setting, time of day, temperature, like all of that really influence what I choose for my fragrance. So I'm getting married in the evening outdoors in November. So where I live, it doesn't get super duper cold, but it probably will be in maybe like the 60s or so. So kind of fall vibes, nighttime. So anyway, just keep that in mind when we're going through all of these fragrances. The first thing that I associate with wedding fragrances is rose. I feel like rose is just such a light, feminine scent that I really often associate with like weddings. So the first option is actually a fragrance combo, and it is the Nest Turkish Rose Perfume Oil and the Bath & Body Works Covered in Roses Perfume. So this is a dupe for Delina. I don't have Delina and I don't really want to pay Delina prices, but I think that this is an exceptional dupe for Delina. They smell so similar that I feel like this does it, and I already own it. So anyway, so the notes on this one are rosebud, sugar, red berries, and amber. So I love Delina and I love Covered in Roses from Bath & Body Works. Although sometimes I do think it leans a little bit sharp, a little bit tart for me. So that's why I like to pair it with the Turkish Rose perfume oil from Nest. So the Turkish Rose perfume oil has notes of plum, rose, and woods. So this is, in my opinion, a little bit more of like a fruity floral vibe. It's more of a jammy rose, and you definitely get like a sweet fruity plum. So this is more to help with longevity and then also tone down this fragrance. So let's give just one a sniff. I have some little testers. This is so pretty, and in my opinion, like so bridal. But my only hesitancy with this is I don't know if it's necessarily me. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. But very pretty nonetheless. Okay, next up is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. I actually have 2 bottles of this. That's how much I love it. And that is Burberry Goddess. So Burberry Goddess has top notes of vanilla, lavender, cacao, and ginger, a middle note of vanilla caviar, and a base note of vanilla absolute. So this is a total vanilla bomb with some lavender and a little bit of ginger that gives a little bit of like spice and aromaticness. I don't know if that's a word, but it's a word today. This is one of my go-to everyday fragrances. This is delicious, I think, from the moment you spray it to the dry down. It has such a light freshness to it at the beginning, but then it really dries down to this delicious, creamy, slightly sweet, wearable vanilla. That is just beautiful. And I do think this one could be good as like a bridal scent because it does have those fresher aspects to it. My hesitancy with this one is that this is one of my absolute like go-to scents. So I don't know if this would necessarily feel like a special bridal scent. It is pretty, but I don't know. Just something to keep in mind for that one. The next one for sure is the priciest one out of all of these. And I just have a little bitty sample because it is expensive, so I don't really want to commit to a bottle of any size unless I know that this is the one, and that is MFK's Gentle Fluidity Gold. So Gentle Fluidity Gold has top notes of juniper berry and nutmeg, a middle note of coriander, and then base notes of vanilla, musk, caramel, and amberwood. I hate these little samples. This is from Lucky Scent. I do think that now the samples come with like a little sprayer, but this is just a weird dabber thing and I don't like it. So it definitely makes things a little bit challenging, but I did get some on this little tester strip. Okay, in my opinion, this is the most grown-up smelling vanilla. This I think has been kind of a front runner in the contender for being my wedding perfume. I would say I get like almost like a powdery nutmeg, less of like a spicy nutmeg, if that makes sense. Juniper berries, I think, give this just like a little bit of like almost like a green-ish earthy note, but the overwhelming scent that I get from this is a powdery vanilla scent. This also does have more of that like traditional perfumey quality to it. My only concern with this one is that maybe it is a little too mature. Otherwise, I don't know. And this is why I need your help, because I don't know. Next up, I've also really been considering having like just a nice skin scent. Not something that's super overwhelmingly noticeable, but just adds like a nice little delicious, your skin but better cloud around me. So the next possible contender is Soft Spot from Phlur. Again, just a little sample. I'd probably buy a full bottle or like maybe even just a travel if I do choose this one as my wedding day scent. This is extremely pretty. Also tested this one on my skin. It works really well with my skin chemistry. The dry down of it is beautiful, just really a your skin but better. So this one has top notes of freesia, bergamot, and mandarin, middle notes of vanilla orchid, jasmine, and water lily, and then base notes of musk, sandalwood, and amber. So this one, you definitely get kind of that brighter bergamot citrus at the beginning that quickly fades, and then you're really left with this beautiful, like light, soft, musky floral scent. I've found that I do love a lot of vanilla orchid scents. I think that might be one of my favorite notes. I'm just kind of drawn to that, but this is very pretty, very soft, maybe unisex, but definitely leaning towards the feminine side. That musk, in my opinion, it doesn't smell like musk. That just kind of helps it really blend in with my skin. And I also get like a beautiful amber. Again, I feel like I have to have sort of a caveat to all of these. I don't know, I'm just kind of walking you through my thought process. And so I think the negative to that one is maybe it's not like strong enough. And so I won't create like a good scent association for my wedding day in that scent, but also maybe I'm just being dramatic. So one thing about me is that I'm a gourmand girly, and I don't have any really true gourmands in this lineup of scents, but I do have one in here that I would say maybe is the most gourmand, but also still like perfumey and mature smelling. This is another kind of vanilla with a little addition to it, and that is Devotion from DolceGabbana. So this has top notes of candied lemon, middle notes of panna cotta, orange blossom, and rum, and then a base note of vanilla. I think this one smells like a lemon orange blossom cupcake personally, but then with like a little bit of a more mature perfumey touch. I think this one could be really fun as something a little different, as something a little bit brighter, but still with that kind of more youthful cupcakey aspect to it. I do love this one. I love this one. I also love the dupe from Bath & Body Works they have. It's called Loyal to You. It smells very similar, maybe a little bit sweeter in the Bath & Body Works dupe, but this one is also delicious. I guess I don't really have a downside to this one, except for that maybe this one isn't the most special scent. But other than that, it smells very good. Is it bridal though? That's also something to keep in mind. I still wanna be bridal. Do you know what I mean? The last option is very affordable, and I do not discriminate when it comes to fragrance, whether it is like a $5 body mist or like a $500 bottle of perfume. I wanna smell good, and I think you can smell good at any price point. So the last one is actually a Bath & Body Works body mist, but this one I think is like a beautiful fruity bridal scent. This is from the Bridgerton collab that Bath & Body Works did, and this is Diamond of the Season. If Bridgerton doesn't scream bridal, I don't know what does, because the entire premise of the show is like people getting married. This has notes of sparkling peach, spring daffodil, and radiant jasmine. This is a very just light, beautiful, almost springtime peach scent. The florals aren't too overwhelming, and I do love jasmine. Jasmine is another one of those florals that I can get on board with. Very pretty and very bridal, but I don't know. So those are the 6 that I've narrowed it down to. I think that they could all make a wonderful bridal fragrance, but I wanna know your opinion, so leave me a comment down below of which one you think I should wear. I hope you had as much fun with this video as I did. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.